What's up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Champagne Gains. I'm Coach Beckyn.
Coach Kiki is here.
I want to start this with an unpopular opinion, something that I had a dream about, something that I know is going to piss off Alexa. But what is the hype behind crumble cookies? I
Nothing.
know you feel the same way. I looked at their menu just for funsies yesterday, and it was like all pie. And I just can't imagine that it's good. Like
No.
they're just like big or like little pies. And then I had a dream last night that you were on your Instagram story, like showing everyone your crumble cookie pies. And then I saw someone post about them today, and they just look like garbage. Like, please, you guys, you got to find some good bakeries like Kennedy's to get
Yeah.
cookies at.
Yeah. Good bakeries. Like, don't go to Crumble.
Please. I mean,
I
I
feel like I
get
would even want ones from like a grocery store over like a grocery store bakery over
yeah.
cookies. Like they taste bland. Like they're just not good.
I I don't know. I mean, I used to like them, but maybe that's before I was you opened my eyes to like Tooties. I do like the pink sugar cookie one, but like I still wouldn't go buy it now. Like I also feel like I don't give a fuck about food like in the slightest almost anymore. Like
It's hard for me to like eat. Like I just don't. I got yelled at today in my check-in because I forgot my high day yesterday. I just like forgot. And I was just packing my all my food because I was gone all day. And Ben's like, "How do you forget that?" And I was like, I I I just forgot. Like I just don't really care about
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Um
I think that's
he's
fair. I mean,
He's like,
like,
"You want to do these early shows, you're gonna have to pay more attention." I was like, okay, the one time that I screwed up and it was because I didn't eat more food that like I was like, I think I'll be okay. I'll save those extra carbs for
well,
Thursday.
that's what I was thinking. Like, I'm just trying to fucking eat again after being sick. Like, my appetite got wiped. And then I was like, I'm just gonna save a pie day for Thursday. But then it's like, I literally will have to try to eat like calories on Thursday because I know myself now. And like, think Friendsgiving, I had one bowl of soup.
Wow.
Yeah. I could barely finish my tacos at the restaurant, my shrimp taco.
No.
I know. But we're getting back. We're eating this week.
Good.
Sometimes you just have to find some different foods, which we talked
Yeah.
about in my check-in. On
Also,
the early shows, did you
yeah.
see the prize money for Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, shit. I mean,
Like shit.
I'm not at that level, but like I saw that yesterday when I was working out. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe maybe I need to get my body ready for that show.
That is insane.
Yeah, that's like such a big step.
Hmm.
And I think it is to just like bring in a higher quality
Yeah.
athlete because last year, I mean, there were some good competitors at the Pittsburgh Pro, but it wasn't like normal. Like when I did my pro debut at the Pittsburgh, there were probably a dozen or so Olympians.
Yeah.
And last year they were, maybe four. So they're definitely trying to get people there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. But that, I mean, $50,000 is
Yeah.
what was it, 25,000 for the first place?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I you the person who probably wins already is probably already is already going to be qualified for the Olympia, but I would be like, shit.
Yeah.
Good.
God damn. Also shout out to China for third place at her pro debut.
Yeah, that was so
Exciting.
exciting. So she had a new suit color. Um, Because she literally just started competing last year, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
So she started competing, got her pro card at Universe, took some time off to build, and then she got third place at that show against Nade and Brittany Gillespie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was super happy with that.
Yeah, she won money. Did you
Yeah,
win money when you got there?
$500. So
Take it.
yeah, better than nothing.
Right?
There was one time, it was the Milwaukee Pro. It was I think that was one of Jack's shows as well.
Okay.
Um, he gave money to the top 10, and I think I got eighth place there. I got $100. So they give
Wait, you
you,
didn't even cash it though, did you?
no, because they give you like a W-9 form. And I was like, I'm
Oh,
not doing this. And then the people like below 10th got a gift card to like Cheesecake Factory or something. And I'm like, I would rather take the gift card.
you guys end up being the same amount, like once the W-9 shit goes through.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
Any promoters are listening, like, give me some gift cards.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. Or something from like a sponsor. I mean, they probably got them sponsored, but like, I'd take $100 like Wolfpack gift card.
Oh my God, that would be the best.
Yeah.
That
I
I would
really,
take that for sure.
I really want a lunchbox from there. But they only have black right now, which is fine, which is like probably what I need. But I'm like, do you have any other colors?
Right. Do we got anything in the pipeline? I haven't looked at their website recently. I haven't looked at any like Buff Bunny or anything. I should get a lifting belt with IFBB Pro on it, as one does. Um,
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I will not like my Wolfpack Christmas bag. My bag that I got for Christmas last year was my favorite. It's like my favorite Christmas present.
Yeah, I love that one.
It's, makes me so happy. And you know, I got to put my IFBB Pro patches on it this year, so
Yes.
holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah. That was probably the biggest highlight, I think, of both of our years.
Okay, well, on that, that is one of my questions. We are doing a 2024 year in review. It'll be December when this podcast drops. So I was writing down some questions while I was sitting in the sauna this morning. Okay, question number one. What's one thing you learned this year about yourself? I didn't think about answers for these for myself.
On the spot for both of us.
Yes.
Um, so much. Like I feel like so much just
Yeah.
because it's been such a like just new era of Kiki. Um,
I guess this kind of goes into this. I would say I learned not to underestimate myself
that's
because I did not at the beginning of the year think I was going to get my pro card this year. And then I could go win the overall at nationals. Like,
yeah, I think
don't
that's
freaking underestimate yourself and what you can do, what you can accomplish, and in competing and in business. Like,
yeah.
oh, for me this year.
I think for me, it was just like I just learned that I can like take care of myself. Or that's like something that like I taught myself almost is like
Mhm.
I because like when I started dating, he shall not be named, I was 21. And so I knew nothing. I mean, I was just a college student. And then he just took care of me and did all of the things. So I never really had to like worry about like the adult things. He just kind of
Hmm.
like took care of it. So I think that was like I was I knew I could do it and that but I was like nervous because it was the first time and I hate saying like it drives me insane knowing that I allowed that to happen. For me not to take like ownership of the of like literally adult things.
Hmm.
Um so
You are not alone. I feel there's a lot of women, and myself included, that have been in that situation. That's why it's scary for some people to leave. Um, because I was the same way. And then you like leave and then you're like, why do I not know any of this? Like I don't know what's going on. Like I remember my lawyer asking me questions like, where is this money? I
I
don't
have no idea.
know. But that was my next question for you specifically. Obviously, this year was different for you, and it's been your first full year being divorced. Like, what did you learn from that? How was that for you? Was there anything really bad about it?
Um I wouldn't say bad, but it was literally the first time in my adult life that I've been on like truly on my own.
Mhm.
Uh, and there was so much transition, like leaving Pro Physique to, just be my own boss. Um, Starting with a brand new coach with a different approach. Um, like paying rent as opposed to like having Preston pay the mortgage,
Yeah.
like so many things. And I think just like learning to be okay with being by yourself.
Hmm.
And it's like when I was married, I liked like the time that I had like by myself, like if Preston was traveling. But it wasn't like I was by myself because like I knew he was coming back. So it was just like really kind of like learning to be by yourself
Yeah.
all the time and like sit with your thoughts literally all the time.
Hmm. Without having even someone like to text all the time. Because that was always my thing. Like, just
Mhm.
in my past relationships, just like I know that I have anxious attachment. It's like I want like someone's attention, and that
Yeah,
is weird when you don't have that.
exactly.
Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, you can be like there's like obviously there's being alone, but there's also like you can be so lonely and still be surrounded by people or still be with someone, but you're still lonely. And I would take being alone over being lonely and being in a relationship and being miserable any day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Um, yeah. 1000%.
Yes. What are you most proud of this year?
Probably you like you turning pro.
I mean, as a coach, I mean, I'm not like trying to toot my own horn, but like that's a badass move as a coach for sure. Like, not even me just turning pro, but like we won the overall.
Yeah. And like I mean, it's kind of like you said, you weren't really thinking that you would turn pro. And it's like, I I don't know if I had like the feeling that you would, but I was like that was literally my sole focus from January until June was like making sure you turned pro.
Dude, yeah. It went by so fast too. But then like you got third place at a pro show, and you should be very proud of that as well.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I really enjoyed this year of competing and it kind of like showed me that I can do it because
Mhm.
I think we always have these thoughts in our head of like, oh, I turned pro the year of COVID, so it wasn't really the best competition, or you know I had like some decent winnings but or like placings, but they weren't like, I don't know, it's like I didn't know if they were like flukes, you
Right.
know because then like the year before when I got like dead last for three of the shows. Like, I think I was like almost scared that it would be the same thing, regardless of who was coaching, and it would be like a Kiki problem. But then, like, working with Ben, it's like he invests so much of his time and effort into his athletes. And like I was showing up not only for like my clients but myself, and then I wanted to be as good of as an athlete like for him because I know like I wanted him to get the recognition too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was fun.
I mean, and you took, like you said, such a different approach. And I think that that is because you're used to being so lean. Like since I've known you, Kiki has been lean, like even in off season, and you like got push yourself out of your comfort zone with that and like grew like you needed to be more competitive on stage.
Yeah.
So like don't discredit that either.
And I think it also taught me to, be a better coach and to push my athletes to that level. Like if I have someone who's like 3 or so inches taller than me and they're trying to stay under 130 pounds, I'm like, Kara,
Hmm.
no, no, ma'am. Like you're not, we're not putting on body fat. I need you to gosh, she's eating way too much food, but it's like making sure like they're like pushing themselves, you
Yeah.
know, as much as I was.
Yeah. And I think, well, that kind of leads me into my next question. What has helped you in your business this year? Like, where have you become better there?
Definitely pushing clients both in both aspects,
Hmm.
because I know that like I'm going to push them to eat more in their improvement seasons, maybe gain some body fat that they may not be like 100% comfortable with, but it's going to pay off in the end. And then same thing with pushing athletes in their prep because I mean there were days that I did no carbs and I've never done that before, but like I just now that I know that I did it, it's like, okay, I'm like, you will survive for a couple days. I know it sucks. We're gonna have the like a refeed or a high day in 2 days. We just got to do a couple days of this hard push. And, I think that it's helped me become a better coach having the experiences of me as an athlete.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to put people on stage anymore just to, you know, put them on stage. Like if you're not ready, we're not going on
Yeah.
stage, or at least I'm not going to direct you there.
Hmm. Absolutely not. And I think like that whole saying, like the way that things have been always been done is not the way to do things. Like that's the most dangerous thing you could say, oh, this is how it's always been done. So we're just gonna continue to do this. Like, no,
Yeah,
you
like
have to push yourself, even like in business and in competing, like everything in all aspects of your life. Like you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone, try different things. And I think for me in my business, like showing up as an authority has been hard, and I'm trying to, change that. Like I'm not your best friend. Like you hired me to get you somewhere. If I just let you keep like going out to eat and like doing whatever the fuck you're doing, like you're not going to get results, and that looks bad on me. Just like you're not going to put someone on stage that doesn't look like they should be on stage. Like dude, you can't just like don't pay me for nothing. Like you have to want it.
yeah, the authoritative approach, like that's something has been like telling me, he's like, you can't just be friends with these girls. I'm like, I know, and I'm really trying to break that habit of like trying to find that like the balance of like pushing them, being there for them, and also like, yo, like you're fucking up. Like you need to listen to me.
Hmm.
And I know that I think it's very weird because it's like they're paying us, but it's like they're also paying us to tell them what to do. So it's like we have to tell them what to do.
Yeah, and there is a way to do it without being a total fucking asshole to them too. Like honestly, I think some people just need to be like just to hear like, hey, like what are you doing? Like just to be questioned on it. And
Yeah.
if someone gets offended about that, like, is that someone that you really want as the client? Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay, what advice would you give someone starting a coaching business? Get your
Oh
certification.
gosh. Um,
I would say you have to be okay with like putting yourself out there. And I think like the biggest thing I've learned is like you have to get people to know, like, and trust you and like show up as that authority, like before they even hire you. Like that's where like the content comes in, which is really annoying. And I've been sucking at that lately, but
I was gonna say earlier that I think you've pushed yourself out of your comfort zone by doing all that content
yeah.
this year. And that's something that I just haven't done.
What
But
about
I
YouTube though?
first and foremost, like have your certifications already done before you start to coach people. And just because you've been through a journey, whether that's two stage or through some fat loss, you have to have your credentials. Do
Yeah.
you need all of the credentials right off the bat? No, you can continue to work on them, but you need to have a baseline. And you can't just Google how to put people into a fat loss. Like, take that invest in your coaching business.
Mhm. The best thing that I have ever done, hands down. Like just even with certifications and then like NCI taught me how to like coach people, like like how to show up for them, like how like just it's been amazing. Like it was expensive. Yes, my mentors have been expensive, but it's been worth it. Like hire someone to help you that knows what they're doing. I guess that's a piece of advice that I would give you. Like get your certifications and like ask for help, but also like hire someone for help. Don't just
Right.
ask strangers on the internet. Like God dang.
Don't slide into everybody's DMs and like try to get free help because
Right.
like you and I have invested so much of our time and money into our coaching, and for us to just like, oh yeah, here's this is what I do, like, or like here's this link, like
Yeah.
no, like find it for like you got to do some of the work for yourself.
Like yeah, and first of all, like our time is money as well. Like
Yeah.
we've also like I'm serious when like saying like we have paid tens of thousands of dollars to build our businesses.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna just do it by slide. There is like by sliding people into people's DMs on Instagram. Please, please don't do that. It's just like people taking fat loss advice from TikTok and Instagram. Like
Yep.
hire a professional.
Yeah.
Okay, rant. Um, favorite moment of the year is kind of similar to most proud of.
Yeah, definitely giving you like the biggest hug after you ran off stage for getting
Yeah,
the overall.
I still can't like I just got chills. Like I still can't believe that shit.
Me and Ben were talking about we were already planning for Chattanooga like next year, and I was just like, ah, dang, I can't wait to be back there. Just like because it's now like that memory, that venue is gonna mean so much to like the both of us.
Mhm. Yes, for sure. Oh my gosh. What is your secret to happiness? Mine is not giving a crap what other people think. Like that is so freeing. Also, actually, this is a verse I just read this morning. Oh, that was another question I want to ask you. The verse that I read this morning was in Second Corinthians. It was like, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And I was like, that is so true. Like, it is so freeing to have a relationship with Jesus. Like, I don't know where other people find their comfort, their hope, but I mean, it is literally life changing. So, you have been going to church this year. How has that changed you and your life?
I Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the church, and I obviously with my last relationship, who was nowhere close to being ha in a relationship with God, I definitely kind of fell out of it. But it's been a good like um almost just like a renewed spirit
Hmm.
inside of me, knowing that regardless of what happens, like I am with like he's God's guiding my path. And you know what, if whatever decisions I make, like he'll be behind me.
Yeah.
um, and I think it's been like I really look forward to like um not only just on Sundays, but like getting involved in the church and
Mhm.
just having that extra stronghold like behind you
Yeah.
it's just been, yeah, a renewed spirit.
Yes, I love it. I mean, nothing really compares to having that relationship with God.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Um, and I mean, I've experienced it more this year too. Like I've always, I was just like watching church online for the past couple years, but this when I moved up here and got back in the church, like it's like noticeable. Like I think I said this too in a check-in. Like once I started tithing, like I haven't slept very well for like years. And when I finally set up my monthly tithe, like all of a sudden I've been sleeping through the night like a baby. Like the ways that you see God working in your life are wild. And like that was hard for me to do. I mean, we're all selfish with our money, but like the way that he shows up when you when you obey what he wants you to do is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in 2025? This is my last question.
Well, I can confidently retire from coaching now that I turned someone pro. um I got a couple of girls. So like coaching, we'll do like my three buckets. Coach Kiki, Kiki the athlete, Kiki the human. Coach Kiki, I have a couple of um national level competitors that, we're gonna go on the national stage. Hoping, uh we won't say who or where, but one of them, me and Ben have talked about kind of going the same kind of path that you did, it's the St. Louis show as the warm up, and then going into Junior USA's. Um, and her last check-in was really good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Kiki the athlete, I will be hopefully starting my season very early this year as opposed to waiting towards the middle of the summer. So I'm excited for that. And really just pray that my glutes are there. Um, yeah. So those, I'm definitely excited to just compete again and hopefully get that Olympia qualification. And then
Yeah.
I can fully retire. Just kidding. Um, but yeah, just competing again at like some of the shows that we've kind of looked at were ones where I may not have placed the best, and it's like, oh, I want to go back for like almost like the
Redemption tour.
yeah, like I want to get in front of Tyler Mannion again and
Yeah.
have him not tell me that I need to grow. And if it's just like little things, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to do that. Just basically get another season with Ben because I think we're just going to continue to get into a really good rhythm. Um, and then Kiki the human, I don't know. Just
TBD. We'll see.
yeah, yeah. I don't know
That's the
what's gonna
thing.
happen, but just kind of like I feel much more settled now. Like in Guernsey County. Um, and so just kind of step out of my comfort zone and not just be stuck in my house all day long. So like, just like not make new friends, but just kind of like put myself out there as like also I can be a coach, be a competitor, but also like be a
Have
human.
personal life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Love that. My three buckets. Back in the business owner, I just get my roster up where I'm comfortable and keep it there as my goal there, which I know will happen. Um, Beckyn, yeah. I was thinking about, I just have Lake Tahoe stuck in my mind. I was thinking about this, like, I don't give a fuck if that's the only show I do next year. Um, and then I want to like rent us an Airbnb there and like vacation afterwards. I want to go to Lake Tahoe so bad. I want to compete there. I want to get a fucking crown with the antlers.
Yeah.
And then I want to watch Kiki at the Olympia and tan her for that.
Yes. I told Lacey, I was like, Lacey, we're all going. Like you're
Yeah,
gonna be you better be ready to do my makeup.
yeah, yep, definitely. And then back in the human, like there's so many things that could happen. So we'll see.
I know it's kind of hard to like, well,
It's really up to God, I guess.
it is. It is. My best friend from here, her and her husband and my goddaughter, they just moved 5 minutes away from me. So I'm definitely excited to, be so close.
Yeah.
And that also like just conveniently helps. Like if when I am in prep, it's like, okay, I don't have to, because if I had to drive like 20 minutes into town,
Mhm.
like hang out with them, I probably wouldn't when I'm in prep. But now it's like, oh, it's only 5 minutes, it's totally okay. I can even if
Yeah.
I'm only there for like 30 minutes or something. So
Yeah, that's so, I mean, being so close to Andrea and my niece and nephew is so fun. So I'm glad that they're close to you.
Aaliyah
Really,
is getting so big.
I know, dude. I seriously, Andrea sent us all, like me, my mom, and my dad, a picture of her haircut the other day, and she's got like bangs, and she looks like Andrea and I when we were little, and I almost started crying. Like I I just can't believe how big she is. And when I came home last week, I had to pick up my keys from their house, and she was being put to bed, and so I went and gave her a hug, and she was like, "Can we when I wake up in the morning, can we play?" I was like, "I'm not staying here." I was like,
Yes,
"Oh, okay, I'll come back."
I
I would
love that.
every time, and then like when I come there, she like totally takes advantage of me because she knows I won't say no to her. She's like, "Do you want to play this? Do you want to play hide and seek? Do you want to play this?" And then she'll literally like mock everything that I do. It's so freaking adorable.
I
So
love.
yeah, she's just my little mini me.
Yeah, it's like your little minion.
Yes. Yeah, she's big. I can't believe like, well, I was looking for pictures for the reel that I just posted, and I remembered the Christmas ones we did. And I was like, what fucking year was that even? Like my years are just like all like the last 4 years are just like jumbling together. Like I was like, oh, I got my boobs done 2 years ago. And it's like, no, wait, I got my boobs done 3 years ago. Like, and those pictures were like 2022, I believe. And that
Yeah,
was when the Minnesota show was, and that's when you were here and met Elia.
that's so wild.
Right?
Like, yeah, and it's literally about to be 2025.
I cannot believe that shit.
Like I graduated high school in 2010. So like 15 years
Oh, wow. I didn't
makes
even
me
think
feel
about
so
that.
old.
Yeah. Dude, looking back at my life is like, what? Like I did so many different things.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, well, hopefully everyone enjoyed. I think this was a great episode.
yeah.
Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let us know. This is a perfect time to be done because now the sun starts blasting down on me. Um, ah! If you have any questions, slide into our DMs. Apparently, you can comment on the Spotify. You can find me on Instagram at Beckyn_IFBB Pro.
And you can find me at Keeker's Laugh, IFBB Pro.
Give us 5-star rating and review. Let us know what you think. We are out. Cheers.
Cheers.
What's up, guys? Coach Kiki here. I just wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of Champagne Gains. If you loved this episode, please make sure you do all of the things like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating and review, and share with your champagne bestie. Champagne Gains is also brought to you by Coach Kiki LFG Gym Gear. Unlock the full power of your workouts with Coach Kiki's Let's Fucking Grow hip bands, long resistance bands, cable ankle straps, and hip thrust pads. For all of your sprinkle booty gains, check out CoachKikiLFG.com. Thanks, guys. Cheers.